Hey guys, what's up? Brian here, aka WWEKWrestling, and today I'm throwing out another tutorial for you guys. So today's tutorial is going to be on basically the features in the pan crop tool area, such as position and mask and some other fun little buttons you click here. And also, I'm going to be teaching you proper placement for your Minitrons, Titantrons, and stuff and some effects you can use to help your Titantrons or Minitrons, uh, or really any kind of graphics you put on your stage, feel as realistic as possible. So let's get started. Basically, I added a simple chroma key here. I'll check that off. I just did the green. Now, guys, in my opinion, this is the best idea for a good stage. If you make all the bigger graphics, like the Titantron, Minitron, LED, and overhead, you want to make those all green, okay? Or blue or whatever, and then you want to make the elations and LED strips green or blue. So if this was blue, this would be green. If this was blue, this is green. So hopefully that makes sense. Because if you chroma key out the blue, first of all, say for example, like this, then you could put some graphics behind here, render it out, and then you have an entire video with the elations already in, and you can just chroma key it, and then you have the graphics. Now, if you guys have trouble understanding that, it's okay. I'm going to introduce that in future tutorials, but alright. So anyways, I added a simple chroma key here, and so we're just going to start by adding in our Titantron, Randy Orton's in this case. Turn the volume down on that. So if I solo this, obviously it's taking up the entire screen, and we don't want that. We want it to fit this Titantron area, and to do that, it's quite simple. Go to an area where the entire screen is colored, like for example this. Hold on. This is hard to tell where the edge is because you don't see the black. So, I mean, it just makes it easier in my opinion, so this is good. Alright, so unsolo that, and let's go ahead and go into the pan crop tool for this Titantron. So what we're going to do, first I have to explain these effects, these keys or buttons right here. This is the aspect ratio button. Basically, this just keeps it so that it's all in the same aspect ratio, 720 by 1080. So no matter where you go, it's always going to be 720 by 1080. I'll take that off full for you. Here, let me explain. If you turn aspect ratio off, basically you can pull all these in all funny different orders, and it's going to be a sloppy looking stage, and it's not gonna look good. So I like to keep that checked, and also size about center. That basically means no matter how much you stretch it out, it's always going to be in the center. So it's pretty good. So that's about that. And then these are just the moving tools, the move freely tools. Basically, if you click it once, you can only move on the x-axis, so you can only move left and right. Click it again, you can only move up and downs on the y-axis. And basically here you can move it in every which direction. So I don't know, in some cases I prefer using this because I just use my arrow keys. Like right now I'm pushing the right arrow key and it's moving that and the left and stuff. And in some situations I just like doing this too, so it's personal preference. But now that we have that down, let's go ahead and scale it down to the Titantron. So scale that down and move that roughly where you think it'll be, and then just slide that. You want to make sure this is the WWEHD logo, this is the WWE logo. If your videos have that on, it's just a little helpful tip. I mean, you don't have to use it all the time, but and scale that up. Okay, but now if you look at it, it's sort of like it's okay, I guess. I mean, if I put it in full, it's okay, but I think it could be better. So let's go ahead and do a auto preview, and we're going to add an effect called deform. Okay, we're going to use that, put it on 101, yeah, all the way up, sorry, 100%, and then we're just going to increase the bottom a little bit, or the top, and decrease the bottom a little bit. So There you go. Alright. So then now, if we can raise that, scale that up a little bit. There, our Titantron is pretty nicely on there. Alright, so now that we got the Titantron on there, let's go to our Minitron. Now, in this tutorial, I'm only going to do the Titantron and the Minitron. I hope you guys can get a pretty good understanding of how we do this kind of stuff, though. Alright, so if I solo this and click the Event Pan Crop again, this is where I'm going to teach you about the mask tool. So, here, by default, it says you for the position, but if you click down here to the mask, check that. We know that the Minitron, it starts here. So if we take this little keyframe and move it there, we can actually crop out, for the most part, this Minitron. So that's what masking means. Basically, you crop out parts of the video. So now that we have that mask, unsolo that, and basically we're gonna align this Minitron, scale it down a little bit. We're gonna align this Minitron with the actual Minitron on the stage. So that's pretty good. But look, if you look at it, by the way, I'm gonna ask for you guys to just ignore this extra part right here. I'll teach you how to remove that later in this tutorial. So if we notice, it's kind of hard to see with the RKO. It's a little bit on the left Minitron. So here's what we do to fix that. Same thing. We're gonna add a deform to the Minitron. There's the R. I can see it. Bring the amount to 100, and we're just gonna play around with these settings. So we're gonna decrease that a little bit and having some fun with that. Basically, you want to play with the top and bottom. The left and right, it's okay, but the top and bottom, it helps a lot. And then, oops, sorry, that's the Titantron. Control Z to undo, guys. So now we can move this to the right a little bit. And now we have the RKO on the Minitron, on the right Minitron, all by itself. Okay, so now that we got that down, you're thinking, wow, this looks pretty bad. I mean, look, you have all this extra stuff all over the LED board. Well, guys, I'm about to let you in a little secret that I use a lot. Here's how you get rid of that. You want to go to Media Generators, Solid Color, and add a green, okay? Then you want to go to the Pan Crop tool and move this green all the way up here so that it covers the LED board, alright? And then we're just gonna do that again, except we're gonna bring it up. So if I bring that here, and then we're gonna bring it up. So there. So now we have our Minitron totally cropped out. So if we solo this, this, and this, oh, I'm sorry, no, not that, and this, now we have our Minitron cropped out. So now if you guys render this all by itself, you can bring this in and then use a green screen to get rid of all this green and just have the Minitron. So then it'll look like that, this in the outcome. So hopefully you guys can understand that. I will be doing stuff like this in future tutorials. I'm not going to teach you about it but I will be doing it. So hopefully you guys can understand that better. But anyways, thanks for watching this tutorial, guys. Stay tuned for future tutorials. Any questions, leave a comment, concerns, and thank you for watching.